Frag, this is JR. I'm here at the Peregrine booth, and I'm sitting here with Clinton. He's a professional gamer. What was your full name?
Clinton Loomis.
Look him up. Professional, man. He's in there playing Dota, and he is playing with one of the coolest technologies I've seen here at PAX. It's a glove that you can hotkey, basically, anything you want to. Tell me a little bit about it, Clinton.
Alright, what we're doing right here is I got the Peregrine glove on. What I'm doing is playing Dota with it. I tabbed out, I can have the software that I use. I customize all my key bindings to the glove. So right now I'm just playing Dota without my keyboard. I do not need my keyboard anymore. So I'll show you a little bit how it works out. Right here I'm playing Lena Inverse from the game of Dota. Right here I have Dragon Slave, Light Strike Away, and Laguna Blade. I'll show you how it works real quick. I'll start up with a basic combo we use in Dota. Right here, Dragon Slave him, and then for this guy, Laguna Blade to finish him off right there, all of the glove.
So you switched over how many different times with right then?
That was 3 different keystrokes that I got out from the glove. Right now I have my attack command, stop command, everything that I can do with the keyboard I have bound to this all the buttons here. Each point is a reference point you would go to. So right here I'm just going around and just basically showing off what I can do. I can do item slots here like my Shiva's guard. Just going around demolishing everything.
How long was it was the learning curve on it? How long did it take you before you were really comfortable with it?
I'd say 2 hours. It took 2 hours of actual gameplay for me to be completely comfortable with it. I can play just about as proficient as I would with the keyboard right now.
When you, how easy was it to customize when you first started?
It's very, very easy. They come with an easy-to-use software that shows a picture of the glove that you want, and you show right here, each point here, you customize to a key point. So I can press enter here, and this actually is a keystroke on the keyboard computer here. So that's what's activating my spells and abilities in-game.
Have you played it with any other games besides this one?
I have not yet. We have mainly focused on Dota. Any RTS game like WoW, Dota, League of Legends, I'm assuming, Han, if you play any types of those games, this is what it's ideal for.
That's fantastic. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right. So now we're going to talk to back at the booth live. We'll be talking about the glove with one of the guys from Peregrine. What's up, guys? That was me at the booth. I've got... Sorry, I'm blanking on your name.
Oh, that's right. I'm Matt with Ironwell Technologies. We're innovations. We're out here at PAX, and we're releasing the Peregrine glove right here. This is what we're doing.
All right, so we were over at the booth, and we were seeing a little bit of how it's used in gaming. So now we got one that you can talk about what the setup's like for me. So you put it on just like a regular glove. I saw you put it on a second ago, and then you attached here on the back.
Yeah, we've got a magnetic pod right here. The reason why it's designed like that is if you trip on this, it'll just pop right off. It'll snap back on. It has an LED on the front of it. We're not plugged in, so it's kind of hard to see. If it is dark out, you will be able to find it if it's plugged into your computer. So it's kind of cool that way.
Describe to them a little bit, once you plug it into the computer, what your setup's going to be like.
Definitely. So it is a glove. Everyone's hands are a little bit different. You're going to want to calibrate the glove to your hand. You're basically using these different activator pads on your thumb, on the palm of your hand right here, touching these different points on the glove. So you got about 5 on your pointer finger and your middle finger, ring finger, about 3 on your pinky here. And you're basically mapping the different key commands to this. So if you're in a game, you're going to want this to be your stun, this to be your nuke, this to be your heal, A, B, C, D. You can do WSAD, whatever you want. You're basically going to program that to the glove. So it's a usable, wearable interface for gaming.
Right. So you can do this with anything. So you're mostly trying to do MMOs right now. Are there other applications to it?
Definitely. So you mentioned the MMO RPGs. You got real-time strategies. You got Diablo that's coming out, StarCraft 2. Those are great games. A lot of people play first-person shooters. It'll definitely work with that. You don't have as many actions to program on the glove, so I mean the RTSs are really good for that kind of stuff.
All right. So this would be amazing for people who love WoW, right?
Oh, for sure. Definitely. It's interesting you mentioned that. We actually have some professional WoW testers as well as the Dota players. You just talked to Clinton here. So, I mean, those guys are guys that have a ton of keys they're using all the time. Not only do you have the 30 pads that we just talked about here, but you got about 5 mappings that are stored locally on the pod. You unplug this, you go to another computer, it'll save those right on the pod. You have other ones you want to use, you can save those, email them to your friend, post them on a website, other people can download them from there. So it's really cool that way as well. Lots of options, lots of availability to use. even as far as the glove goes, when you're talking about WoW, I mean, we all know there's some guys that just play tons and tons of WoW. They're always on the game. You want this glove to last a really long time. For comfort-wise, we've developed it with Lycra stretch material, very comfortable to wear. The traces are all stainless steel, same with the pads, are stainless steel mesh, lasts forever. Has military-grade applications for that, so it will not wear out. This will last a really long time.
One thing I got to ask you about, and it's really important to me when there's new technology, a new product, I'm really looking at it, how's it going to benefit me in a gaming situation?
Definitely. So, one of the things that we found is that it's extremely easy to learn. How many people get a new keyboard, you're trying to figure out how the macros work, stuff like that. You can literally throw this on. We've had people within minutes getting a good feel for it, being able to do gameplay after like 5 minutes of playing around with it. We like to say play for an hour at least before you're going to notice a real competitive edge over the keyboard, just because everyone uses their keyboard. Keyboards take literally hours, 50 hours, 100 hours before you get a really good feel when you're typing, maybe speaking back in the day. With the glove, after about an hour or so, you're going to have a really good feel, and you're going to notice an improvement after that. Why? It's a blind interface. It doesn't have to be looking at it, figuring exactly what you're tapping. You can have this behind your back as you're typing away. Very comfortable, very ergonomic. It's natural motion you're doing. It isn't something where the wrist is resting on the edge of your desk or something like that. So really comfortable that way too, and fast to learn.
The chat room wants to know, what colors does it come in?
That is a good question. So basically right now, as you see, this is black. There's stainless steel traces. This is a pod that just attaches from the glove, so we want to have more colors available. Possible packaging opportunity, like what happens if there's Alliance, Horde, you're talking about Warcraft, stuff like that. Those options will be available. At release, though, it will be black with the stainless steel.
Nice.
One other thing I just want to mention about custom ability. I did mention the LED on the front. That is a white LED. We thought that was kind of neat that way when I was out there. This, you can customize as well. You can have it always on. You can have it in breathing mode. You can have it so it lights up, flashing as you're tapping the different keys. Just give it a little bit more options when you're playing with the glove.
So you were saying earlier, there's 30 points on this that you can map to it. Can you map anything to it that you wanted, any hotkey to it?
Anything on your keyboard. You can have your direction pads. You can have enter. One thing that's really important in Dota is your numpad actually uses your items, whereas the numbers on the top of your keyboard do not. So that has to be specifically set up for that. It identifies between the numpad versus the other numbers on your keyboard. So anything that you can do on your keyboard, your control, your shift, anything like that can be mapped onto the glove.
So you mentioned what the learning curve would be like versus a keyboard. What about software? Like, how hard is it to map those certain points to them?
Yeah, that's a good question. So basically, you want this to be your A key right here. You literally go into the software, you look at the picture of the glove, you see that's the point right there, you type A right there, done. You just configured that point. You want to calibrate it, you're literally making the motion of it, clicking calibrate. It takes about 5-10 seconds till it figures out exactly where that is, making sure it does it so it's not going to shift around on you, and you're just calibrated. So very, very simple to use, very easy to learn. Software is very intuitive that way as well.
So you got 30 points on that. You could actually just map them all your alphabet and just start typing with your left hand.
Exactly. You bet. The other thing I want to mention, speaking about typing, a lot of people said, okay, I got this glove in my hand. What happens if I want to say, I just own a noob in this game? You can definitely still do that. It fits really tight. You can type with it. You can mouse with it. You can go to you snap off your pod, go to your fridge, grab another bottle of Coke, come back to the desk. Other thing I really want to mention is if you do spill something on you, get Cheetos all over this, whatever, like your cat runs away with it, gets slobber all over it, hand wash it. Completely safe, not going to wreck it. Snap the pod back on, you're good to go. So.
Cool, man. One last thing, go ahead and tell our viewers where they can find it, all right?
Definitely. A lot more information we're posting on our website about it. Go to theperegrine.com. I think we're going to have that site listed up for you guys so you can figure out how to spell it. It's a lot of information, explains a lot of the points we touched here, and maybe some I forgot, such as the customizable plate. We had the question about the color. We're going to be coming out with more stuff like that too. So.
I appreciate it, man.
You bet, man.
Thanks for your time. This is JR.